Hey, welcome to Clarksville Vibe the show where we tell the stories about people here in Clarksville, Tennessee who make this place the greatest place to live in America. I'm really excited. We've been bringing you great content from guests from all across our community for a while now, and every once in a while we get a really special guest who is a suggestion of someone else that said, hey, I know this person that you don't quite know yet, but you've got to have them on. Well, today's episode is one of those times. So shout out Erin Yao, who introduced me to our guest today, someone that I'm really excited to talk to. The way she described him is full of energy, makes everybody's day, goes above and beyond in so many ways, and creates really memorable experiences in his work. And so I'm excited to kind of dig into that. He is Rick Johnson. We may not call him that again. He's self-proclaimed LeBron James of Clarksville. That's probably the title of this episode, but he's going to tell you why. It's not just random. He's going to tell you why he's bringing value all over our community, specifically in his work. So, hey, Rick, thanks so much for being on the show, man.
Man, thank you guys for having me.
This is really fun.
Yeah, for sure.
When I was first introduced to you via a friend, via Erin, she was telling me, hey, I've heard episodes of your podcast. This is someone that fits right in line with your brand. He's energetic. He's positive. He makes everybody's day. So tell me a little bit about yourself and how do you bring that kind of energy to what you do every single day?
How y'all doing? What up?
Yeah.
That's my favorite. If you're in my drive-thru, you've heard me say that. But I work at Sonic. Miss Erin, well, thank you so much. But I've been with the company probably about 10 years, probably even more than that. But I just like customer interaction. I like hanging out with my family and stuff like that. So I try to make everybody come through my drive-thru another family member.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Is that something that you feel like has been a part of your story for a long time, or is that something that you learned from a manager or supervisor that you previously had? Because let's face it, in the overall fast food industry, we don't always have the interaction of somebody who's intentionally trying to make our day better. They just want the line to move through. But people like you who look at it and like, man, I've got a chance to really impact somebody's life today in this moment. Where did that come from?
Funny story. So when I was just a regular worker, I had a general manager and he was horrible. Not like being away, but every time you clocked in, you didn't want to be at work. You know what I'm saying? So I always told myself if I ever got in that position, I was definitely gonna make the best of it. My first actual manager, I would say her name was Crystal, and I would say she's the first person that really gave me a chance to have my own store and figure it out. And it was also a guy named Steve. He was kind of corporate. When I first became a general manager, he would come every day to my store. He was from Jackson, Tennessee, but he would come down and at close he would send everybody home, and it would just be me and him.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So I felt like that just taught me a lot about I feel like he believed in me. So if I just took all the knowledge in, this was the easy part.
Yeah, that's exciting. And so have you always been with the Sonic brand?
Yeah. So I left for college for a little bit, but most of my working career I've been a Sonic worker.
Wow. Where was your first store?
Fort Campbell Boulevard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Fort Campbell Boulevard.
Where is that one?
So kind of by I'm trying to think, the Burger King on Fort Campbell.
Yes. Okay.
So it's right
exactly.
diagonal to that.
Wow.
Yeah, I started there maybe 15 years old.
Okay. What school were you going to then?
Kenwood.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was working, playing football, going to school, or.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Going to work.
Okay. And so from there, you spent a few years there. What was it about Sonic that you felt like, was it the people you've mentioned, or is there something specific about the Sonic brand that you feel like, no, I'm going to stick with this. I'm not going to hop over to this brand or this company. I'm being valued. Is it corporate wide? Is it people wide? What's that look like?
I would say a little bit of both. When I was young, Sonic, you got paid every week. So, sign me up for that in high school,
Yeah.
They'd be like, Mr. Rick, why you be at Sonic for so long? Because I get a check every week. So it just makes coming to work a little easier,
Yeah.
But I love the customer interaction. Most fast food is just they don't hop the food out. You know what I'm saying? So we get interaction. I got some people who have literally followed me through every store. Every store I've been at, Miss Wiggins, she's like my grandma. She buys flowers for our store and stuff. She makes
Really?
my manager's brownies on Wednesday.
Oh,
yeah, she's
wow.
awesome. And I got a lady named Cheryl. She's your crazy auntie.
Yep.
Always got the music loud. Diet Coke, that's her favorite. Erin Woe, crazy story about her. I actually know her kids more than I know her.
Yeah.
And her mom, which is crazy. They come through my drive-thru all the time, probably some of my favorites. But
it's the classic grandparent bringing the grandbabies through. You know, what's funny is my grandmother. This is 20, 30 years ago. Like used to drive me and my brother around, and our treat with my grandmother was we would get the chili dogs and the ice cream. And I remember she would take us to like piano lessons or whatever it was that we were doing at the time. But you know, she would always take us there, same one, order the same thing. You know, those memories are powerful.
And that's the cool part. Like before they even pull up, I had their stuff ready. They know what's up. So the two I give everybody a nickname.
Sure.
So the backseat riders, that's a Little Dog and E-Dog. So one day the grandma pulls up and she was like, you know what? I feel like I need a nickname too. And she actually gave it to herself. So hi, G-Dog.
Yeah. So, G-Dog coming through.
Yeah, everybody gets a nickname, man. And the people are just so cool, man. I definitely, that's probably my favorite part of my job.
Yeah, they called you Supersonic Man. You know, called you LeBron James. You know, some of that is self-proclaimed. What is it about, you know, that nickname? Obviously, it's just it's a motivation to create some good momentum, good energy, right? You know, you say that to people and they laugh, but then in reality, like on the back end, you're actually doing things that add value, right? Just like LeBron's moved around team to team, whatever, but like I'm making every stop better. What are some ways that you feel like as your career has progressed that you're adding value to a store to make it unique, where someone like, let's say, Miss Wiggins or Cheryl, you say they follow you to store, well, everybody thinks every Sonic is the same, but it's not. It's the people inside it who make it really special.
For sure. I tell all my workers a funny story. I'm like, you can go somewhere and make $1 million, but you can be so unhappy.
Yeah.
You can be so unhappy, you know. So I really just try to, you know, bring good energy. You know, I feel like when you go anywhere, you can, as soon as they greet you or whatever, even if it's Walmart, you can tell what kind of spirit you're going to get from them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to always be positive, you know, always, you know, like I tell everybody, wherever I go, like LeBron, like you said, we making everything better. But it's really customer service. Really having good people around me, man. I remember when I first started taking over stores, like I used to think, oh, it has to be me. It has to be me. It has to be me. I gotta like, you know, but I can't be there 24/7. It's just not possible. So really having good people around me too, man. Like some of the people who've been working with me for they follow me at every store, you know.
Wow.
A lot of them tell my boss like they don't want to leave unless, you know, they come with me, but I don't like that because I don't want anybody to be in a crazy situation because of me, you know. So, but I definitely appreciate it. But really, just, you know, having good people around me definitely helps. You know, LeBron has to have you know, he can't shoot every three.
No,
we need Ray Allen sometimes to knock him down. But you know, just having good people for sure.
Coming through in the clutch. Yeah, that's that. You know, because with an operation like Sonic, I mean, hours are long. Like you said, you can't do them. You know, you can't do them by yourself. Just like in my office, I'm a dentist, and you know, my team is my biggest strength. I tell them all the time, my biggest strength there is you, and my biggest weakness is I'm pretty worthless without you. Yeah, so, you know, Rick can be standing through the drive-thru, what up, saying everybody, high energy, high impact. But the fact is, if they're not doing their job on the back end, it all the way from keeping a clean environment to cooking the food correctly to running the numbers to making sure that the registers close out properly, if they're not doing those things, then you're really worthless. Just like I can't do the things that I get credit for sometimes without a great team behind me.
Yeah, I definitely think team is big, man. Like, my management team, like big shout out to them. Dion, he's like, man, he used to work in my kitchen and we clicked the first day. Like we've been together ever since, man. He definitely makes my job easier, man. We've no issues at all. I got another manager named Bree. She didn't like me at first, but we're friends now. But she's phenomenal, man. She, you know, and I got a younger manager named Basil. I remember when I was like a young manager, like people, I felt like they didn't want to give me a chance, you know, just because I was young. So, but it's crazy, you know, for him to be so young, you know, to come in there and, you know, and still command respect from his peers. Right. It's huge as a kid because some of these kids, you can't even get them to work at work, you know. Sure. So it's crazy. But yeah, definitely having a good team, and I'm nothing without them for sure. Miss Charlene, she's like my boss, and she's, man, phenomenal too. She'll listen. If you need her to come work the grill, she'll come work the grill for you. You know, so that it makes it easy for me to come to work. I tell them all the time they don't even need me. I just show up and say what up and go home. Yep, that's all they need.
So I got a question for you. So for those of us who are outside the industry, we just drive down Madison Street. Some of us have wondered, why do we have two Sonics on Madison? So is there a story behind that? You know, you're at the one that's closer down towards like Memorial and Publix. Is that right? The new one, you know, as people would call it. So what's the story there? Is it the same owners, different owners? How does that work?
So crazy story. Every Sonic in Clarksville is the Stanfield. They're out of Jackson. But I don't know if you know, but like Madison's like doing this like work crazy construction to the road.
Yes.
So it was supposed to be like, you know, we were going to build a new one and tear down the old one because of the construction.
Yep.
But the old one has kind of just, the business has kind of still going, so they've just been keeping it. But I think, you know what I'm saying, I'm not 100% sure, but I think now that they're figuring out the road, I think they are going to try to tear it down.
Oh, okay.
And yeah.
Gotcha.
So everybody asking me that, though.
We all want to know. It's one of Clarksville's most pressing questions.
Crazy,
is the arena,
crazy.
And then why do we have two Sonics on one
For
street?
sure.
That's funny.
But hopefully we'll get rid of them.
So operationally wise, like, you know, for those of us who are just coming in and out of drive-thrus here and there, like, what was it about the new one? Like, what is it about the new Sonic? Obviously, it's ground-up construction. It looks great on the outside. What helps flow there, or what are you excited about it from a GM perspective? It's like, oh, this one works so much, it works better, or this is nice because we have this on this side, or what, you know, like from a design perspective, how does that lot work?
Oh, it's crazy. You know, it's a smaller lot, but the building is like still huge. You know, the really cool thing I like is the double drive-through. I've never worked at a double drive-through. You know, I've only had one, and you pull around. So the double drive-through is super cool. Like, we don't have that many stalls, but you know, it's kind of just like a mainly drive-through store.
Yeah.
But everything works. Everything's brand new. It's crazy. Like, believe it or not, next month we'll be there for a year.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
No, I would not have thought
crazy.
that.
Yep. So next month is our 1-year anniversary. And I had like a manager meeting a couple days ago, and I was like, I just want to thank y'all. You know, after a year, everything's still working, everything's still clean. You know, my boss doesn't come in here and yell because, you know. But it's cool, man. Like, everything works like I was supposed to, how I was supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It makes everybody's job easier. For
so
sure.
I heard you say, you know, your first one was at Fort Campbell playing football at Kenwood. So you're from Clarksville originally, or when did you first come to Clarksville?
Oh yeah, so I'm actually from South Bend, Indiana. Go Notre Dame. But I've been in Clarksville probably since like the 5th grade.
Okay.
So if people ask me now, I pretty much say I'm from Clarksville. But yeah.
What brought you here?
My dad, he used to work at a milk company, and they moved him to Nashville.
Okay.
I want to say like Cremo Land or something like that, Flavor Rich, something like that. But my dad's job actually, and I guess maybe it was just cheaper to live in Clarksville.
Yeah.
So he just drove every day. But yeah, so probably here since about 5th grade.
Yep.
Crazy.
So did you end up finishing at Kenwood High, and then okay?
Yeah,
cool.
actually, so I went to Ringo Elementary, and then after that it was Kenwood.
Okay.
And I went to Ringo when it wasn't the Ringo now.
Okay.
You know, I didn't have all the cool stuff like that.
So what years were you at Kenwood High?
I graduated in 2009.
2009.
Yeah.
So you're still relatively young.
Yeah. Oh no, my body doesn't feel like it.
Well, I tell you, all the old people laugh at you. Say, no, you're still young. It feels great. Trust me.
Okay. Cool. I pray for them. Then.
Well, maybe you took too many hits on the football field.
Or
How was your team then around that time? Like, did you play all 4 years at Kenwood?
Well, I played 10th grade, 11th grade. 10th grade we were really good. I think we lost in the first round of state to Maplewood maybe.
Okay.
11 my senior year we weren't as good as my 11th grade year, but
Kenwood's one of those schools where it's you know, every once in a while you'll get a really good group of, you know, 1 or 2 classes together, and they can put something together, and they've had some fantastic talent.
Basketball and football, yeah.
Oh, yeah, basketball players for sure. I remember, you know, going to a lot of the old Kenwood Northeast basketball games and just
packed out.
Yeah,
so,
gyms were fun.
Yeah, no,
you know,
for sure.
Talent was high. Do you remember any of the names that were playing around that time that
I want to say
you still
like
keep in touch with
Freeman
or anything
Pinckney,
like that?
That's my guy.
Okay, yeah.
He used to play point guard back in the day. I don't really. Maybe Cordell Lyons. I know he's still around Clarksville. I run into him all the time.
Yeah, that's exciting times.
Yeah, for sure. Good times for sure.
So, what would you say to somebody who is, you know, let's say they're listening and they feel like they're in a job, any industry, you know, but it has common usage, something like Sonic, and you know they're feeling kind of that emotional wall of like, man, I just don't really know if I want to keep bringing it every day, because there's no doubt you've felt that before, right?
For sure.
How did you kind of energize yourself to consistently be Supersonic, man? Because let's be real, every day you come to work, the situation of circumstance of life some days is not the same as it was the day before, but yet when people are coming through the drive-through and they come through consistently, they know what to expect from Rick, and you got to, you know, you got to give it to them. So how do you, how would you help someone who wants to motivate themselves but maybe struggling in that?
Yeah, not to make this like a sad anything sad or anything like that, but after high school, I lost one of my best friends, a guy named Frankie. We was together every day, doing bad stuff, doing good stuff, every day. So he died a few years back. So now every day I wake up, I feel like if I'm not positive, he yelling at me.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't give nobody that, I don't know what these people going through. I don't know, sometimes they need that what up. Sometimes they need that, it is hard to wake up every day and be positive, but you don't know how many days you got left. Yeah. I would never have thought I would have lost my best friend at, 18, 19 years old, what I'm saying? Fresh out of high school, So now, I just, every day I wake up, we got to appreciate it. And we got to, even if it's a bad day, listen, you got to figure out something else to make it good. Yeah. We ain't going to let that, we don't know when this is over. So we just appreciating everything every day we wake up, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's strong advice. Cause we all feel it, and I know you feel it too. Cause I don't know how many cars you serve every day that come through there. Do y'all keep a count?
We keep a ticket count. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but we $1,000 lunches easy every day, for sure.
Oh wow, that's wild.
Lunches, dinners, happy hours.
But it's just person after person after person after person. You got to keep that energy up, especially when you have given that to them before. Yeah. They're not coming through just for the ice cream. They're not coming through just for the Diet Coke. They want to see you interact with you. So that's really exciting. What are some things about Clarksville, since this is, our audience is mainly Clarksville, kind of broad scope. What are some things about Clarksville that you really value, that you think are special, that, kind of keep you here at home, and instead of maybe climbing the corporate ladder somewhere else, or, hop into another market or something like that?
One thing about Clarksville, if you're here in it, you see everything. It's construction every day. Yeah. Somebody's moving in every day. So really, I would say like the diversity, man. Like, there's so many new people, so many, new interactions you can have with people, because there's so many people coming to the city. So I would really say just like the new people coming, the new businesses coming. I tell everybody, like, everybody pretty much sells burgers and fries. Yeah. We're trying to sell customer service. Wow. Be good to these people. Don't. I tell everybody, this is, sorry to keep rambling about stories, but I tell everybody, my mom might be in that drive-thru. Your mom might be in that drive-thru. So listen, I don't want your mom to call me complaining about her food. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
or the experience.
Or the experience. So just be good to people. Just be good to people. Nobody's perfect. And I hope the customer too just understands that sometimes these people are having a bad day too. But they did show up to work, what I'm saying, and they are trying. So just, just trying to meet everybody in the middle and just be good to people. But definitely diversity, new people, new interaction with people in drive-thrus, having some new regulars.
Yeah. Do you feel like because you've been doing it a long time, you said, do you feel like the drive-thru experience on your end, on the service end, has changed from 10 years ago? Because somebody like me, that I've never been in the industry, so, I don't know what it's like on the inside of the store. But to me, if I had to guess, there's new technology. People have different expectations, things like that. What are some of the challenges that, you feel like you're having to navigate around and then lead some of your people through it?
Yeah, for us, a bunch of them, like staffing. Now, like, it's hard to find workers. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I had too many workers. You know what I'm saying? Some days now it's just me and a couple of us, and
hustling.
Tie your shoes up, and I promise you, I'm gonna work with you, but it's gonna be a rough day. But and then also like the customer, I don't know if it's COVID or what, what I'm saying, but a lot of them are just like different now. Back in the day, you give somebody a cold fry, you give them a fry now, and y'all have a good day. Now if you give them a cold fry, who knows what might happen. You know what I'm saying? They might, but and definitely like technology, especially even like technology with the customer. So like I have like a credit card machine outside, and like now you can run your credit card like right outside, right there. You don't even have to give it to me. And some people are like, oh my God, what is that? Just not knowing like new things. But it's definitely way different from when I first started to now, or just like everything, systems, like how I take the orders, or even like drive-thru, having two drive-thrus. I've never ever been a part of that, but it's definitely different. But I think you have to like kind of like keep up with the times, or something's always going to be a little better, even if it's something little that just makes the drive-thru run better. You just have to like figure it out and get on board about it.
Get on board. Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned how people respond to challenges. Every industry has it, whether you're a teacher, whether you're working in the food industry, healthcare industry like myself. But I consistently hear that of like the level of a conflict it sways so much more maybe than it used to. Like it used to be like, okay, we made a mistake. We apologize for it.
Sorry.
We're going to do better next time. Okay, a little bubble of frustration, and now we're back to zero. Now it's kind of like any mistake is like, oh, let me tell my whole social media feed. Let me, call your manager, your supervisor. We're going to, embellish some things, say some things that are maybe not true, or, this was our story. This is our version of it. And all the while we're in the back going, we're really just trying our best. Like, the teacher's saying, I really just want your kid to learn how to read. I want your kid to, meet these benchmarks. Y'all are just saying, I'm just trying to serve you the food that you ordered. Mistakes happen. So I hope that changes for our communities, whether it's just here in Clarksville or if it's a nationwide thing. I hope that, we want to blame COVID, but I think, at least for the sociological effects of COVID, like we need to start moving back towards giving each other grace, being good to people, offering kindness and expecting to see it. And not that every experience is going to meet your expectations, but when it's not, hey, give us some feedback and then we're going to make it better next time.
But I tell my managers, like, you can say the same thing 10 different times. Just how you say it is how people respond.
Yep.
So you can, y'all can tell me that we messed up, and which is perfectly fine. Nobody's perfect, but just like you said, just trying to, understand that we are at work trying to figure it out and just trying to be good to y'all. Like I promise you, we're not trying to like give you guys bad food or like bad service. You know, it just happens sometimes, but
sure.
We try to be cool and definitely take care of them.
Well, I don't want to pass the opportunity for you to, give a shout out to some really important people in your life, family and things like that. 'Cause, your family is usually what drives you.
Sure.
You're hustling and doing everything you can just to get to the next step. A lot of times families driving you to do that. So who are some important people in your family that you want to make sure you mention?
For sure. My grandparents, the coolest people in the world. My grandpa passed
Do they live here?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all Clarksville.
All here, okay.
Yeah, my mom and dad. My dad, he's probably one of my best friends. We at my house every Sunday watching the Eagles. Go Eagles. But
what's it like to be an Eagles fan now that they kind of win some stuff?
We're good now. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely fun. It's definitely fun because now I used to get messages about how bad we were. What I'm saying? Now nobody reaches out when we do win.
Well, we can't reach out now because you've got AJ Brown, and that makes us, at least the Tennessee Titans fans, that makes us get a little vomit and say just got Kevin Byard. So basically anything that we had that was good, we've just sent it your way.
If any of you Titans fans need some Eagles gear, y'all know where to find me at. I
Come
got
through
you.
the Madison Sonic.
You don't even have to tell me a shoe. Just send a little paper with your size, and I'll put it out on my patio or something like that. But definitely my daughter too, man. She definitely she's probably my best friend for sure.
How old is she?
She's 13, going on probably 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, she thinks she's my mom sometimes, but man, she definitely made life definitely enjoyable and worth it, and a reason to wake up every day for sure.
Man, that's awesome. Well, I know that part of our past episodes, we've had people from all kinds of industries, prior military service, active duty, in healthcare or in legal field or whatever. I've had family members on. We've had people that have lots of energy. But this has been really fun to have someone who we've never met before. Yeah. And we're just sitting here talking about, an industry that all of our community interacts with, from, the under-resourced people who, may not have much more opportunity to, provide food or buy food than fast food. And then you're dealing with really, really wealthy people too. You're dealing with the whole scope of our community, from anybody to anyone. And so it's really exciting to hear your perspective on how you're adding value and really trying to bring your best, encouraging your people to bring your best. And so if you are listening, I'm sure a lot of people are going to drive through now. And so what do they expect if they drive through and they want to shout out to Rick?
Oh, listen, the first thing you're going to know it's going to be, what up? I usually got to get to work probably about 5. So even my 5 o'clock people, they get the same what up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just know high energy, really good food. That's the goal. But definitely just a vibe you can't get anywhere else. And the food's even better.
Yeah.
But for sure, just a good vibe, good food, family atmosphere. We try to, like I said, I got some people who've been following me around forever just because they're good people, not so much because of us. But, Yeah, we try to retain customers. That's the goal.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Well, I'm honored that you're here in our community. I need to come through one time.
Listen,
you know,
you asked for me. Your meal's on me. I got you.
I appreciate that.
I would say your camera lady too, but she likes the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, Madison's back there, of course. You know.
Don't be sorry to be rude. Can I give one more shout out to
definitely.
John Clements? He's a Cowboys fan too. He's super cool though. He's one of my regulars too.
Wait, you just said, hold on, I gotta give a shout out to a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, well, so I don't like the Cowboys ever, but he's probably the only person I do like that is rocking with the Cowboys. I really like his daughters more than him because I'm trying to catch them before he brainwashes them.
Yeah, but, convert him over.
Yeah. He wears the Cowboys gear in my drive-through all the time. You hear him before you hear me. As soon as he pulls the drive-through, Cowboys! And I'll be like, so. But, yeah, for sure. I have really good people around me.
That's awesome. Well, and it's part of you creating that in them too. You know, people creating a vibe where people feel like they can be fun around you. I need to do better at that myself. And so you're going to inspire me to make some change at the dentist's office. So
co-host, I'm coming to pull out some teeth. I'm just joking.
Do it on site. Yeah, you probably don't want me cooking either. So, well, if you have made it to the end of this episode, I know you've been encouraged by Rick. I know that you have heard some great stories. You know you got to drive through, come catch him sometime. If he's not there because he's got great trained people who run it without him there, then you just got to go for a second or a third visit. Try some different things on the menu, he's down at the Sonic. Everyone that I've heard mention him to me as I've kind of been gathering some info, trying to prepare for this episode, is high energy, all positive, makes our experience really, really fun. So if you're over in that Madison Street corridor, hit that new Sonic up. See if you can give Rick a what up out the side of the window. I'm sure he'll love to have that energy return.
And give you some dap or something for sure.
Nice. Well, hey, trek back to some of our previous episodes. Find out about people like Rick who are from all across our community doing amazing, incredible things, who make this place the greatest place to live in America, doing all kinds of things from industries, nonprofits, for-profits. It doesn't matter. We love Clarksville. We have a lot of pride in what we're achieving together as a community. And people like Rick and our previous guests really make it somewhere special that we can continue to raise our families and we can continue to add a lot of positive value in many new ways. Hit like, subscribe. Thank you for making it to the end of this episode, and we will see you on the next one.